Di nuovo buongiorno, questa è la conferenza stampa del film Belve. Come sapete il film uscirà tra un mese, il 25 ottobre, in almeno 350 copie. Ovviamente c'è tempo poi per definire il numero totale, ma sicuramente sarà un'uscita molto importante per Universal. Io volevo partire con un paio di domande. Volevo chiedere a John Travolta e Salma Hayek che cosa vi attirava di questa sceneggiatura, di questo film molto insolito anche per la filmografia di un cineasta straordinario che ci ha abituato a così tanti cambiamenti con nuove persone. Che cosa vi attirava della sceneggiatura e dei vostri personaggi?
What attracted me was that it was the most original script I had read in years. It was very current. It felt very now. It felt like it reflected situations that were going on, not only locally in Mexico, but politically. And I felt that it was fresh. No cliches and no, nothing that, everything I like to see in a movie is what this movie gave to me. And truthfully, I wanted to be part of, however Oliver wanted to be part of, I didn't really care, I just wanted to be part of the movie. And he gave me a very interesting character to play, more interesting than I even realized when I was offered it, because I think I had to discover the character by research and by investigation, and then each day layers appeared that I hadn't seen initially. But the initial impression was I loved the whole idea of this movie.
Yes, for me, I'm going to be honest, I was so excited to work with Oliver Stone. If it had been a tree that I was playing, I would have taken it, but when I got the script, I was so surprised that not only I got to work with Oliver Stone, but then on top of it, I had such a great character to play, and so it was unbelievable for me. I said, for sure it's going to be a nightmare, because it cannot be so many good luck, so many good things together. I'm sure when I get to work with him, he'll be a horrible monster, a beast, because it cannot be so many good things. And then on top of it, I got the surprise of how wonderful it was to be able to work with him. So this was such a great experience all around.
Ecco, invece Oliver Stone volevo chiederle, non sono molti film che lei ha tratto da libri, non sono molti film che lei ha tratto da libri, sono più i film che lei ha scritto come materiale originale. C'è una differenza nell'approccio, nel lavorare sul materiale preesistente, oppure è sostanzialmente la stessa cosa per lei? Anche perché poi lei ha cambiato molto del libro rispetto al film.
Yes, I did, and I have to tell you, I enjoyed the process. I've done it before. I worked with the novelist Don Winslow and his writing partner Shane Salerno over, and they did not always agree with the changes, but the director rules in the movies, and the novelist often has to take. But we were happy, and we had some disagreements, but he came out and he supported the movie at the end. He was out there on American television, very nice. We had to make many cuts. The book is written in a postmodern shorthand. It has more than 150 scenes and many characters, many different voices. We did that business of making it into 20, 30 scenes, and we put it in the voiceover of Blake O, one person telling the story, and we changed a lot, including the endings, and the ending became 2 endings, which is fun. And John, I could say John's character underwent the most significant change, because as those of you who have read the book know that he committed suicide. He was a corrupt drug enforcement agent who killed himself. And I thought was the weakest character one of the weaker characters in the book. I think the script did him well, and we made him into a weasel, a big weasel, but he becomes even a bigger weasel as the movie goes. And as we find out at the end of the movie, he not only instigates all the action by selling out the children, the young people, but at the end of the movie, he's the master manipulator who makes the most amount of money, walks away with a smile, and takes down Salma too.
Bene, abbiamo una domanda qui, prego, sempre di presentarvi. Sempre di presentarvi.
Ah, no, sono Salomone del quotidiano di Frosinone. Allora, signor Tony, io ho apprezzato molto dei filoni narrativi del film, come quello sul rapporto buoni e cattivi, che ognuno non è buono e non è cattivo fino in fondo, quello sulla famiglia, tra l'altro anche stavo leggendo riferimento all'uso terapeutico della cannabis che viene fatto a un certo punto. Però la mia domanda era, mi ha colpito una parte del film, quando la signora Hayek Reina chiede a Ro, ma il vostro popolo quando penserà al futuro? Quando comincerà a pensare al futuro? Voi tutti pensate che il popolo americano abbia un futuro?
Non coromeni.
Abbiamo qui una domanda lì, ma non è così.
Well, you asked a lot of different questions. No, I think the American people have to come to terms with the drug war. They haven't. It's been 42 years. It hasn't worked. America spent $1 trillion chasing the bad guys. And the bad guys have been thoroughly confused between drug dealers and terrorists. The confusion line grows. And the war in Colombia, the war in Mexico, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, it's just not even a war. I live in a culture of war. So, is there a future in war? I don't think so. But some people in America disagree with me. As to the characters who get cut off in the war, I think Salma is a beautiful example of it because she is a strict Catholic widow. Her husband was killed in the drug war. She's not a natural-born gangster, but she becomes one in the course of her life because she has to, in order to save her children from being killed, more children being killed. And she ultimately becomes very vulnerable in this war because she loses her standing by trying to protect her rich, spoiled daughter in the United States. And Benicio and a man called Azul sense the weakness and they go for her. They sense the blood like sharks. So she pays the price. No good end is in sight for this drug war.
Monica Castellini, prego.
Buongiorno, sono qua, però Oliver Stone. Buongiorno. Volevo chiederle